Everyone wants success, but only a few ever hold on to it. Why? Because short-term motivation fades, but long-term success is a game of psychology. And today, you're going to learn how to master it. We've been told success is about talent, about luck, about being in the right place at the right time. But the truth? Success comes from how you think, especially when no one's watching. It starts with identity. Winners don't just act like winners, they believe they are. They show up differently. They think, speak, and behave like the version of themselves they're becoming. That shift changes everything. Next is delayed gratification, the ability to wait for the reward. It's one of the greatest predictors of long-term success, and the hardest skill to master in a world of instant dopamine. If you can train yourself to resist what's easy now, you'll earn what others never will. But success isn't just about willpower. It's about systems, habits, environment. Motivated people get started. Disciplined people keep going. But those who build systems, they win without relying on motivation at all. Most people set goals, but they forget to create the process. It's like saying you want to win a race without having a training plan. Real growth comes from consistent action, even when it's boring, even when it's hard, even when no one claps for you. Then comes self-image. Your brain fights to stay consistent with how you see yourself. If you still see yourself as lazy, unworthy, or average, you'll sabotage your progress. Reprogramming your self-image is the real secret. It's what drives your habits, your beliefs, and your results. Here's where it gets deeper. Success is uncomfortable. It forces you to grow, to leave behind old patterns, and that triggers fear, self-doubt, and even sabotage. But if you expect that discomfort, if you recognize it as a sign you're regrowing, you'll stop quitting when it shows up. Another key, purpose. When you tie your actions to something bigger than yourself, you unlock a second engine, a kind of inner fire that pushes through the resistance. People who succeed long-term are rarely the most talented. They're the ones who outlast the noise, who stay focused when others get distracted, who show up when it's hard, and who never stop learning. Here's the truth. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems, habits, and mindset. If you want to create lasting success, stop chasing motivation. Start building psychology. The mindset that got you here won't take you there. But now, you have the tools to upgrade it. If you're serious about building a life you're proud of, tap like, share this with someone on the journey, and subscribe for more game-changing content that actually sticks. Now, let's dive into some success stories that prove these psychological principles in action. The first name that comes to mind is J.K. Rowling. When she wrote the first Harry Potter book, no one believed in it, not even her own mother. But J.K. Rowling had this incredible vision of a wizarding world, and she was willing to wait for it to be recognized. Despite rejection after rejection, she held on to her belief in the story and the character. And look what happened next. Millions of copies sold, a global phenomenon, and a whole new way of thinking about magic and possibility. J.K. Rowling didn't just write books, she created an experience. She built a system that delivered value to millions of readers around the world. And it all started with a mindset that refused to quit. Another prime example is Colonel Sanders. Did you know that he failed more than 1,000 times before selling his first chicken recipe to a restaurant? Kentucky Fried Chicken was not an overnight success. In fact, Colonel Sanders kept refining his recipe and his approach until he got it right. He believed in the power of fried chicken, and he never gave up on it. His persistence paid off big time. In 1978, he sold the company for over $60 million. That's why understanding mindset is so crucial. Colonel Sanders didn't see those rejections as failures. He saw them as feedback. He adjusted his approach and kept moving forward. And let's not forget about Steve Jobs. Who doesn't love an underdog story? After being kicked out of Apple, Jobs could have easily given up. But instead, he used that setback as fuel. He focused on building Next, which would later be acquired by Apple. He never stopped believing in his vision. And the rest is history. Now, I've got a challenge for you. Look at your own goals and aspirations. Are you holding on to limiting beliefs or past failures that are blocking your path to success? Maybe it's time to rewrite that narrative. You're not a failure. You're a work in progress. And every setback is just another stepping stone to greatness. Just like our story, your story is still being written. What will you add to it next? Drop a comment below and let's have a conversation. I can't wait to read what you have to say. And if you found this video helpful, hit that like button, share it with your friends. Subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.